A Life Stolen, the Eliza Samudio story. Eliza Samudio, a name forever etched in the annals of true crime. Eliza Samudio was more than just a headline. She was a vibrant young woman with dreams, aspirations, and a future that was brutally cut short. Her story is not just about a murder, but a chilling testament to the dark side of fame, obsession, and the brutal consequences of silence. The details of her tragic end are harrowing, a stark reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind the facade of celebrity and success. This young woman, full of dreams and aspirations, dared to love a man who would ultimately become her executioner. Bruno Fernandes, a celebrated footballer, was the man she fell for, a man who would later be convicted of orchestrating her murder. Eliza's case sent shockwaves through Brazil and beyond. The public was gripped by the unfolding drama, a mix of horror and disbelief as the details of her disappearance and murder came to light. The media frenzy that followed was relentless, each new revelation more shocking than the last. It exposed the underbelly of a society grappling with violence against women, a justice system riddled with flaws, and a culture quick to judge victims based on their choices. The case highlighted the systemic issues that allowed such a tragedy to occur, sparking debates and protests across the nation. This is the story of a life stolen, a crime that shook a nation, and a search for justice that continues to this day. The investigation into Eliza's murder was complex and fraught with challenges, but it also brought to light the resilience and determination of those who sought to bring her killers to justice. Eliza's story is a stark reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, behind the closed doors of power and fame, darkness can lurk. The world of celebrity is often seen as one of privilege and protection, but Eliza's fate shows that it can also be a world of danger and deceit. It's a story that demands to be told, not just for Eliza, but for every voice silenced by violence and injustice. Her legacy is a call to action, a plea for change, and a reminder that we must continue to fight for a world where no one has to suffer as she did. The memory of Eliza Samudio lives on, a beacon of hope and a symbol of the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. A troubled beginning, Eliza's early years. Eliza's story began far from the bright lights and promises of fame. Born in a small town, her childhood was marked by hardship and instability. Abandoned by her father at a young age, she was raised by her grandmother, a woman who showered her with love but struggled to provide for her financially. Life in their modest home was simple, but Eliza yearned for more. She dreamed of escaping the confines of her small town, of a life less ordinary. School offered little solace. She was a bright girl, but her circumstances often forced her to prioritize survival over education. Eliza's early experiences shaped her resilience and her unwavering determination to create a better life for herself. Little did she know that her pursuit of a brighter future would lead her down a path fraught with danger and ultimately to her tragic demise. Chasing dreams, Eliza's pursuit of fame. Driven by an insatiable hunger for a different life, Eliza set her sights on the glittering world of modeling and acting. From a young age, she was captivated by the allure of the spotlight, the glamour, and the promise of a life far removed from her humble beginnings. She would spend hours in front of the mirror, practicing her poses and perfecting her walk, dreaming of the day she would grace the covers of magazines and walk the runways of Paris and Milan. She possessed a natural beauty, a captivating presence that drew attention wherever she went. Her striking features and confident demeanor made her stand out in any crowd. People would often stop her on the street asking if she was a model or an actress. These encounters only fueled her ambition, reinforcing her belief that she was destined for greatness. She saw the entertainment industry as her ticket to a life of glamour and financial security, a far cry from the poverty she desperately wanted to escape. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood and the fashion capitals of the world seemed like a dream come true, a stark contrast to the struggles she faced growing up. She envisioned herself living in a luxurious penthouse, attending star-studded events and traveling the world. Eliza's journey was fraught with challenges. The path to stardom was not as straightforward as she had imagined. She quickly learned that the industry was not just about beauty and talent. It was also about resilience, perseverance, and a bit of luck. There were days when she felt overwhelmed by the obstacles in her way, questioning whether she had what it took to succeed. The modeling world proved to be a cutthroat industry filled with fierce competition and relentless pressure. Every casting call was a battle, with hundreds of hopefuls vying for the same coveted spots. The pressure to maintain a perfect image was immense, and the constant scrutiny took a toll on her self-esteem. She had to navigate the politics of the industry, dealing with agents, photographers, and designers who often had their own agendas. She faced rejection, endured countless rejections, and grappled with the harsh realities of trying to make it in a world obsessed with youth and perfection. Each rejection was a blow to her confidence, but she refused to let it break her spirit. She learned to see each setback as a stepping stone, a lesson that would bring her closer to her goal. The rejections made her stronger, more determined to prove herself. Despite the setbacks, Eliza refused to give up. She was driven by an unwavering belief in her own potential. She surrounded herself with positive influences, people who believed in her and encouraged her to keep going. She read motivational books, attended workshops, and practiced her craft tirelessly. She knew that success was not just about talent, but also about hard work and persistence. She took on whatever work came her way, determined to climb the ladder of success, one precarious rung at a time. She worked multiple jobs to support herself, from waitressing to promotional gigs, all while attending auditions and casting calls. She took on roles in low-budget films and independent projects, using each opportunity to hone her skills and build her portfolio. Every small victory was a step closer to her dream. It was during this period of striving and uncertainty that she crossed paths with a man who would change her life forever, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno was a successful talent agent with an eye for potential. He saw something special in Eliza, a spark that set her apart from the rest. Their meeting was serendipitous, a chance encounter that would set the stage for the next chapter of her journey. With Bruno's guidance and support, Eliza's dreams began to take shape, and the world would soon come to know her name. Section 4. A Fateful Encounter. Eliza and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. A rising star in the world of Brazilian football, his name was synonymous with talent, charisma, and a promising future. When Eliza met Bruno, she was captivated by his charm and the allure of his celebrity. He represented a world she desperately wanted to be a part of, a world of luxury and excitement. Their relationship was intense and tumultuous from the start. Bruno, already in a relationship, was drawn to Eliza's beauty and vivacious personality. Their affair was passionate but shrouded in secrecy, a dangerous dance played out against a backdrop of fleeting encounters and whispered promises. Eliza soon discovered she was pregnant with Bruno's child. This news, instead of solidifying their bond, ignited a chain of events that would spiral into a nightmare. Bruno, fearing for his career and reputation, pressured Eliza to keep the pregnancy a secret, a request that would have devastating consequences. Section 5. The trap closes in. Eliza's disappearance. As Eliza's pregnancy progressed, so too did Bruno's efforts to distance himself from her and the impending scandal. The once promising football star found himself entangled in a web of deceit and desperation. His career, his reputation, and his future were all at stake, and he was willing to go to any lengths to protect them. He became increasingly controlling and manipulative, demanding she terminate the pregnancy, a demand she refused. Eliza, strong-willed and determined, stood her ground, refusing to bow to his pressure. Their arguments grew more heated, their relationship more toxic, as Bruno's desperation turned to anger. Fear began to creep into Eliza's life, a constant companion to the joy she felt for her unborn child. She started to notice strange occurrences, unfamiliar cars parked near her home, anonymous phone calls, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Then, Eliza vanished. One day she was there, a young woman on the cusp of motherhood, clinging to dreams of a future with her child. She had plans, hopes, and a fierce determination to provide a loving home for her baby. Her friends and family remember her as a beacon of strength and resilience. The next, she was gone, swallowed whole by a silence that screamed danger. Her apartment showed signs of a struggle, overturned furniture, broken glass, and a chilling sense of foreboding. The air was thick with unanswered questions and a growing sense of dread. Her family and friends knew something was terribly wrong. They rallied together, organizing search parties, distributing flyers, and holding vigils. The community was united in their determination to find Eliza, but as days turned into weeks, their hope began to wane. Eliza, fiercely independent and devoted to her unborn child, would never willingly abandon her life. She had faced many challenges in her life, but she had always emerged stronger. Her disappearance was out of character. and those who knew her best were convinced that foul play was involved. Rumors began to swirl, whispers of Bruno's involvement in Eliza's disappearance. The media frenzy intensified, with reporters digging into Bruno's past, uncovering a history of volatile behavior and troubling relationships. The public was captivated by the scandal, but the truth remained elusive. The police launched an investigation, but the trail was muddled, shrouded in a web of conflicting stories and deliberate obfuscation. Detectives faced numerous obstacles: witnesses who were too scared to speak, evidence that mysteriously disappeared, and a suspect who seemed always one step ahead. As days turned into weeks, hope began to dwindle, replaced by a chilling certainty that something sinister had befallen Eliza Samudio. The community's initial optimism gave way to a somber acceptance, as they grappled with the harsh reality that Eliza might never be found. Her story became a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind closed doors, and the lengths to which some will go to protect their secrets.